So here's the layout. Let's examine the first 4 balls. The goal when shooting the 1 ball is to land on or very close to the 2 ball pocket line. From here he can roll forward for the 3 ball. When he shoots the 2 ball, he needs to create an angle in the 3 ball that will allow him to roll forward for shaping the 5 ball for the side pocket. Ideally, he would like to keep the cue ball away from the cushion when he plays shape on the 5 ball. The goal is to land on or just across the 5 ball pocket line. If he lands on the pocket line, he can roll forward for position on the 6 ball. If he crosses the pocket line, now he can send the cue ball over for shaping the 6 ball for the other corner pocket. And what's interesting is that the first thing Cole did was determine where he wanted to be for the 5 ball, even before shooting the 1 ball. By picking out his spot where he wants to end up for the 5 ball, this now tells him that he won't need a big angle in the 3 ball when he shoots the 2 ball. When Cole shoots a 1 ball, he needs to land on or just on the other side of the 2 ball pocket line. Ending up short of the pocket line will leave an awkward positional shot to get on the 3 ball. At this angle, Cole can either roll forward into his position area, or he can send the cue ball off the side rail. Now Cole wouldn't have any issues playing either positional shot, but professionals are always looking for the largest position window when playing shape, so they don't have to be as precise with their cue ball control. Playing the shot this way means Cole won't have his position until the very end of the cue ball path. Ending up short will leave an awkward angle on the 3 ball. Playing the shot off the cushion opens up his position window, in that even if he ends up short, he still has a shot on the 3 ball that he can use to get on the 5 ball. At this angle, shooting above center will move the cue ball toward his position area. He could use right spin to help move the cue ball off the cushion, but Cole tends to stay away from side spin if it's not needed. Once again, on shots like this, be aware of which side of the pocket line is better for position. Ending up short will require more work to get position for the 6 ball. Before he shoots a 5 ball, let's examine the rest of the layout. So Cole ended up just across the pocket line of the 5 ball. Now he can pocket the 5 ball staying below the 6 ball pocket line, which will give him an angle he can use to get on the 8 ball. From here he can pocket the 8 ball and land on or very close to the 9 ball pocket line, where he can roll forward for the 10 ball in the corner pocket. So when shooting the 5 ball, Cole's goal is to land just below the 6 ball pocket line. So Cole ended up just a hair below the pocket line, so he'll need to use a firm stroke to move the cue ball a few inches toward the 8 ball. At this angle he can softly roll it in and use a touch of left spin to bring the cue ball back to the 9 ball pocket line. So Cole ended up on the 9 ball pocket line. At this angle he can roll forward and accept his shot on the 10 ball. Or, and this is what Cole chose to do, he can draw back to the side rail using straight draw. Now many players would use left side spin on this shot to make the 10 ball shot easier, but Cole doesn't tend to use side spin if it isn't absolutely necessary. So on this shot he's just going to use center low to bring the cue ball back to the side rail, making sure he creates a little distance between the cue ball and cushion. So here's the layout. Let's examine the first 4 balls. The key to the first 4 balls is to create an angle in the 3 ball that will take the cue ball toward the 4 ball pocket line, or just short of this line. Once he's here, he can roll forward for an angle in the 5 ball that he can use to get on the 6 ball. When professionals shoot shots like this 2 ball, they usually draw it all the way back to the side rail and back out. This allows them to let their stroke out. Sending the cue ball off the side rail like this removes the danger of deceleration and opens up the position window, since going too far still leaves a positional shot for the 3 ball to get on the 4 ball. Once he's here in the 3 ball, you can send the cue ball over to the 4 ball pocket line or just short of the pocket line. When he shoots this shot, he's going to be using a low stun shot with no side spin. So Cole ended up just short of the pocket line. From here he can roll in the 4 ball and come off the side rail, creating a high angle on the 5 ball. Before he shoots a 5 ball, let's examine the rest of the layout. The goal when shooting the 5 ball is to create an angle in the 6 ball that he can use to get on the 7 ball. For example, he could land here and send the cue ball either toward the in rail or side rail for shape on the 7 ball. While Cole won't have any difficulty performing either one of these shots, professionals like Cole are always looking for the easiest way to get from ball to ball. If he can land here, now he can softly roll in the 6 ball and send the cue ball off the in rail. The added benefit of this shot is that it is much easier to control the exact path and speed of the shot since he's using a soft stroke, as opposed to this shot where he's using more force to move the cue ball to the other half of the table. Once he's on the 7 ball, he can send the cue ball toward the 8 ball. From here he can pocket the 8 ball, landing just short of the 9 ball pocket line. Then he can roll forward for shape on the 10 ball. And when shooting shots like the 6 ball, be aware of how much of the ball you need to strike. Striking the 6 ball too thin will send the cue ball in this direction, and too much of the 6 ball will send it along this path. At this angle, it's easier to go 2 rails than 1 rail due to the angle. The natural angle to go 1 rail is right around here, which will allow the player to use a soft rolling shot to land in the position area. Cole's goal when shooting the 7 ball is to land on or slightly across the 8 ball pocket line. On this shot, Cole can bounce the cue ball off the side rail, landing just short of the 9 ball pocket line. Now from here he can just roll forward for his shape on the 10 ball. So here's the layout. Let's examine the first 4 balls. His goal when shooting the 2 ball is to land around here for the 3 ball that will allow him to send the cue ball off the side rail for shape in the 4 ball. So when he shoots the 1 ball, he needs to create an angle in the 2 ball that will take the cue ball to this position area. If he can pocket the 1 ball in the side pocket, he can send the cue ball forward, landing at this angle on the 2 ball. Then he can roll in the 2 ball with left spin to send the cue ball toward his position area. Before Cole shoots a 1 ball, he really focuses on exactly what angle he wants for the 2 ball. At this angle, he can roll in the 2 ball with center high and left spin to send the cue ball toward his position area. Now if he ends up here, he can still get to his position area, but this angle requires a little more work since he's striking more of the 2 ball. And ending up short of his ideal angle means he'll have to use more side spin, making it a little more difficult to control the exact speed and path of the cue ball. When he shoots a 1 ball, he's going to be using maximum high to propel the cue ball forward. Using maximum high allows him to shoot softer and still get the follow he needs on the cue ball. On this shot, Cole will be using left spin to send the cue ball toward his position area. So Cole ended up just a bit short of his ideal angle. And what we're going to learn about Cole through these patterns is that he doesn't mind angles like this on corner pocket shots. At these angles, he uses a soft stroke, which means he doesn't have to be as precise with his accuracy. Even if he catches the rail near the point of the pocket, the ball still may go in due to the soft speed. Here's an interesting shot that tells us a lot about how Cole plays position. On this 4-ball, the standard way of playing the shot is to use left spin, sending the cue ball in this direction for shaping the 5-ball. But shooting the 4-ball with left side spin increases the shot's difficulty. Instead, Cole used a stunned final shot, giving him this angle on the 5-ball. He knew by landing here, he still had the 3-rail option available to get on the 6-ball. Before he shoots a 5-ball, let's examine the rest of the layout. When Cole plays position for the 8-ball, if he can land on or very close to the 8-ball pocket line, he can keep this angle on the 9-ball, drawing back for shape on the 10-ball. Or he can pocket the 8-ball and draw back, creating this angle on the 9-ball that he can use to send the cue ball off the side rail. Now that he knows what position he needs for the 8-ball, he now has to figure out the best way to pocket the 5, 6, and 7-ball and land at this position area for the 8-ball. So the goal when pocketing the 5-ball is to go 3 rails, landing on the 6-ball pocket line. From there he can kill the cue ball, giving him an angle on the 7-ball that he can use to roll forward toward the 8-ball pocket line. On this shot, Cole will be using a soft stroke with about 2 tips of running English or left spin. So Cole landed close enough to the pocket line where he can still kill the cue ball. Since Cole has a very slight angle on the 7-ball, if he shoots a 7-ball with maximum high, the cue ball will be sent in this direction. Since Cole wants to keep the cue ball away from the side rail, he'll be using a stunned follow shot with a firm stroke. A stunned follow shot will send the cue ball between the maximum high path and the sliding cue ball path. Cole ended up a little short of the pocket line. He could pocket the 8-ball, creating this shot on the 9-ball, but this leaves too much distance between the balls. A better option is to draw the cue ball off the side rail, landing closer to the 9-ball. On this shot, he's going to be using a slight amount of left spin, which helps send the cue ball a little closer to the 9-ball. On this shot, some players may try to dig into the cue ball, bringing it back to the side rail for shaping the 10-ball. Or they may use force and send the cue ball off the side rail with right spin, sending the cue ball in this direction. Cole prefers to keep shots simple if he can, so on this shot he just accepted a longer shot on the 10-ball by sending the cue ball over to the side rail above the side pocket. When he shoots a 9-ball, he's going to be using low with right spin. The right spin straightens the cue ball's path off the side rail, keeping it a little closer to the 10-ball. As we mentioned in a prior shot-by-shot video, when top players shoot the last ball at this angle, they usually send the cue ball 3 rails around the table. This allows them to let their stroke out, increasing their chances at pocketing the ball. So here's the layout. Let's examine the first 4 balls. The key shot is pocketing the 2-ball and landing on or very close to the 3-ball pocket line, so he can draw back for shaping the 4-ball. The danger area when playing position for the 3-ball is ending up here on the 3, since the cue ball will strike the 5-ball after contacting the 3-ball. Once he's on the 4-ball, he can send the cue ball off the end rail and toward the 5-ball at the correct angle. So his goal when shooting the 2-ball is to land on or very close to the 3-ball pocket line. On this shot, Cole won't try to draw back landing here, since he won't have his position until the very end of the cue ball path. Which means if he ends up short of his position area, he's going to have a very difficult shot on the 4-ball. Instead, he's going to let his stroke out and send the cue ball off the end rail, which opens up his position window for the 4-ball. Before he shoots the 4 ball, let's examine the rest of the layout. The goal when shooting the 4 and 5 ball is to land on or very close to the 6 ball pocket line. From here you can use this angle in the 7 ball to send the cue ball to the end rail, crossing the 8 ball pocket line. Now he has a natural angle to go off the side rail and toward the 9 ball at the correct angle. Once he's here, he can send the cue ball off the side rail and toward the 10 ball. When he shoots the 4 ball, he doesn't want to land too close to the 5 ball pocket line, since if he does land here, he'll have to draw back, creating his position for the 6 ball, which will leave distance between the cue ball and 6 ball. If Cole can land here, he can roll in the 5 ball with a touch of left spin, sending the cue ball toward the 6 ball pocket line. So when Cole shoots the 4 ball, he'll be using a touch of left spin, which helps send the cue ball across the 5 ball pocket line. Since landing on the 6 ball pocket line helps simplify the rest of the layout, Cole is really going to focus on landing on or very close to the 6 ball pocket line. By landing on the pocket line, Cole has simplified the second half of this layout. Even though landing here would still work as far as getting back for position on the 7 ball, professionals are always trying to simplify their patterns by playing correct angles. On this shot, Cole can stop the cue ball, but he's going to leave a stretch shot for the 7 ball. Instead, he's going to draw back, making it easier to reach the cue ball. Also, by drawing back, he's flattening the angle in the 7 ball, making it a little bit easier to control the cue ball toward the end rail. On this shot, he's going to be using maximum low to stun the cue ball off the 7 ball and toward the end rail. By using maximum low, you can use a softer stroke, giving him better control over the speed of the cue ball. At this angle, a rolling shot will send the cue ball in this direction. Since he needs an angle in the 9 ball, he'll be using right spin, which widens the angle off the side rail, sending the cue ball toward the 9 ball at the correct angle. At this angle, he's going to be using a low stun shot with running English, or right spin. So here's the layout. Let's examine the first 4 balls. The key shot is going 3 rails, landing at this angle on the 2-6 combination. And we can see here that Cole is trying to find exactly what angle he would like on the 2-6 combination. If he lands at this angle, he can softly pocket the combination, giving himself a nice shot on the 2 ball to get on the 3 ball. His goal when pocketing the 1 ball is to strike the side rail in this area to send the cue ball between the 3 ball and 8 ball. So on this shot, he's going to be pocketing the 1 ball into the left part of the pocket and using about 2 tips of right spin. The right spin will widen the angle off the end rail, sending the cue ball toward his target on the side rail. On this shot, Cole ended up short of his ideal angle. Since he's striking less of the 2 ball, it's going to be difficult to hold the cue ball near the side rail for shape on the 2 ball. So on this shot, he'll be pocketing the combination, creating an angle like this on the 2 ball. At this angle, Cole has 2 options. You can use maximum high with left spin to send the cue ball in this direction between the 8 and 9 ball. This shot will work, but it requires very good control of both cue ball path and speed. The second option, and the one Cole chose, is to use a low stun shot with a touch of right spin to send the cue ball toward the 3 ball pocket line. This shot doesn't require as much side spin as the first option, but it does require a little more accuracy since he'll be using a firm speed to move the cue ball off the side rail. The danger area when performing this shot is coming up short. So in this shot, Cole is better off using too much speed than not enough, since this side of the table is wide open in case he goes too far. Now in this shot, many players would use right spin to go 2 rails tracking toward the 4 ball. Since Cole likes to minimize his side spin, he's going to shoot this with a draw stroke and just a touch of left spin, which will help straighten the cue ball's path off the end rail. Before he shoots a 4 ball, let's examine the rest of the layout. Due to his angle in the 4 ball, he's probably going to strike the rail between the diamond and side pocket. This will leave him on or very close to the 5 ball pocket line. From here he can draw the cue ball off the side rail, creating his angle on the 7 ball. If we examine the 8 and 9 ball, we can see that if he can pocket the 7 ball and land on the 8 ball pocket line, he can perform a kill shot, which gives him an angle he can use to pocket the 9 ball and send the cue ball toward the 10 ball. So when he shoots his 5 ball, his goal is to create an angle in the 7 ball that will send the cue ball toward the 8 ball pocket line. Ending up below the 7 ball pocket line means he'll have to work harder to run the last 4 balls. Ending up too close to the pocket line like this will leave the cue ball too close to the side rail when shooting the 8 ball. At this angle, Cole can use left spin to send the cue ball toward the 8 ball. It usually helps on shots like this to really visualize the next ball's pocket line. Cole ended up just on the other side of the 8 ball pocket line. From here, he'll use maximum low and a soft stroke to pocket the 8 ball and keep the cue ball on the right side of the 9 ball pocket line. At this angle, Cole will use a sliding cue ball to send the cue ball along the tangent line. He'll be using left spin, which will widen the angle off the side rail, sending the cue ball toward the 10 ball. Before we examine the layout, let's look at the 1 ball shot since it's not clear yet where he's going to end up for the 2 ball. The natural path heads in this direction, which may leave a shot on the 2 ball for the corner or side pocket. In situations like this, you just take whatever the table gives you. For instance, you could use a touch of left spin and play shape for the 2 ball in the side or corner pocket. But using side spin increases the chances of missing the shot. In these situations, your focus should be on pocketing the ball and accepting whatever position you end up with on the 2 ball. At this angle, Cole can pocket the 2 ball in the corner or side pocket. The side pocket is not only a little easier to execute, but the path of the cue ball heads in this direction, which will either give him position for the 3 in the corner or side pocket. On this shot, the angle is doing all the work as far as moving the cue ball from rail to rail, so you won't need much extra speed on this shot. So Cole ended up with a shot on the 3 ball for the corner pocket. Before he shoots a 3 ball, let's examine the rest of the layout. When Cole shoots a 3 ball, the cue ball looks like it may catch the point of the side pocket, leaving him on this side of the 4 ball pocket line. At this angle in the 4 ball, he can use a draw stroke to send the cue ball toward the 5 ball pocket line. If he can land on or close to the pocket line, he can either kill the cue ball and accept this 2 rail position for the 7 ball, or he can roll forward, giving him this angle in the 6 ball, which he can use to send the cue ball 2 rails toward the 7 ball. The goal when shooting the 7 ball is to either land at this angle in the 9 ball, where you can send the cue ball 1 rail like this toward the 10 ball. or at this angle where he can softly roll in the 9 ball, and the angle will help move the cue ball to the other half of the table. We can see that before he shoots the 4 ball, he locates the 5 ball pocket line. Landing on or very close to this pocket line will simplify his positional shot for the 6 ball. His goal is to land on or just across this pocket line. At this angle, he can still force the cue ball forward, creating this angle on the 6 ball. But due to the angle on the 5 ball, ending up with a rolling angle on the 6 ball will leave distance between the cue ball and 6 ball. The other option where he kills the cue ball, leaving this angle in the 6 ball to go 2 rails for shape in the 7, will be much easier to execute due to how close the cue ball and 6 ball are to each other. His goal when pocketing the 5 ball is to stay just above the 6 ball pocket line. When he shoots the 6 ball, he's going to be using maximum high with about 2 tips of right spin. His goal is to land just short of the 7 ball pocket line. So Cole ended up here above the pocket line. On this shot, he's not going to roll forward landing here. Instead, he's going to use a low stun shot to bring the cue ball closer to the 9 ball, which makes his next shot easier to execute. On this shot, many players will either send the cue ball 2 rails like this, or 1 rail landing here. The advantage of the 1 rail shot is that the cue ball will be tracking toward the 10 ball. He'll be using a low stun shot with running English or right spin.